Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School Thai. I am Muhammad Yasin. This English class is for the students of grade 8. We are doing chapter 16 and this is our 22nd video in this class. After today's lesson, we shall be able to write the dialogue between a teacher and a student. We shall learn to do exercises of chapter 16. We shall do one exercise of novel and a few of grammar. Let us start from the dialogue. This is a dialogue between a teacher and a student. Dialogue means conversation between two people. It can be among more than two also. Usually when we are in the class, one of the students become a teacher, the other student become a student, and then they read their own lines. As we are not here in our class, we can discuss main points. For example, a teacher is saying, "Hello Farhan, you are a bit late today." Farhan is saying, "Yes sir, I'm sorry." Teacher is saying, "Well, what happened?" Farhan is saying, "The school bus was right on schedule. It was about to cross the canal bridge when it came to a halt with a jerk. The tire had gone flat." Teacher: "I see, it's none of your fault." Farhan: "One thing more, sir. The driver had no jack with him. He waved to other vehicles, but they would not stop. Nobody seemed willing to oblige at this rush hour." Teacher: "Well, what did you do then? Did you come by another bus?" Farhan: "No, sir. We left the bus where it was and walked up to school all the way." Teacher: "Well done. You are a brave boy indeed. Now, boys, let us get going with our lesson." Dear students, you can see this is the conversation between a teacher and a student. The student came late and the teacher is asking him the reason. The student is telling. This dialogue is to prepare. Let us move forward, dear students. After this is the language structure of lesson 16. We read this lesson in our previous video. We did some exercises also. Now we shall start from the language structure of this chapter. Let us start. Adverb clause. Time. Adverb clause. Dear students, you know what is adverb? Adverb is a word that tells us more about a verb. Sometimes it tells us more about an adjective also. We are going to discuss adverb of time. What does it mean? It will tell us about the time of the verb. Time of the verb. Adverb clause do the same work as adverb. Yes, students, it can be one word. It can be more than one words also. If it is one word, it is called adverb. If there are more words telling us about the verb, the time of the verb, then we shall call them adverb clause. Example is here. He will see her tomorrow. He will see her tomorrow. Tomorrow is the time of see. Tomorrow is the time of see. We shall call tomorrow adverb. Let us read the second sentence. He will see her when she arrives. When she arrives is also telling us the time of see. Time of see. But this is not a single word. When she arrives. These are three words. And arrives is a verb also. We shall call it adverb clause. Dear students, it is very important for all of you to understand what is adverb and what is adverb clause. Both are telling us about the time of the verb, but tomorrow is one word. When she arrives are three words. When they are more than one word, they are called adverb clause. When they have verb. When there is no verb, it will become adverb phrase. The detail is mentioned here. You can read it. It is taken from your book. Tomorrow tells us when he will see her. It is adverb of time. When she arrives tells us when he will see her. It is an adverbial clause of time. Dear students, let us move to the exercise. Add suitable joining words. Dear students, here in this exercise, one thing is important. When you are adding joining word in the beginning, there will be a comma in the middle of the sentence. You can see there is a comma in each sentence in the middle. When we heard the news, as he was writing, as soon as the car had stopped, after she had written her name on the paper, she handed it to the teacher. When he reached the building, let us move to next. Again you can see as is joined in the beginning. Here is comma, but when joining word is written in the middle, there will be no comma. You can see in part number 7, 8, 9, 10, there is no comma because the joining words are added in the middle. Wait here until I return. No comma will be here. You can keep the bat until I need it again. Dear students, this is exercise B of language structure. The next one, let us look at the instructions. We are set to add the simple present tense of the verbs given. You can have the book when you bring the money. Yes, bring is given. With you, we shall write bring only. I shall go for a walk when the weather is cooler. When the clock strikes, clock is singular subject. That is why we shall write here S with the first form of the verb. You can see the same here also. He is a singular subject. That is why we have written here S with the first form of the verb. But here we shall not write because I is also the first, is also singular subject, but I is first person. Yes, we write S with the verb when the subject is singular third person. He is third person. Yes, he, she, it, all these are third persons with singular third person as a subject. We write S with the verb. Let us move forward. Dear students, here you go. You is second person. We shall not write S. Work is finished. Father comes. My father. Father is the third person, dear students. Subject third person means the person is not present over there. We reach. We is first person. You return. You return. You is the second person. Let us move forward. Dear students, this is exercise C. In this exercise, we are set to add suitable tenses of the given verbs. When he heard the bell, yes, he hurried to the door. When we returned, the man had gone. Yes, the action which has completed, we write it in perfect tense. But the other in past indefinite or past simple. While we were working, the teacher went out. As soon as he saw the flames, he gave the alarm. While you were playing, I was watching you very carefully. Part number 6. She usually tells the children a story just before it is time for them to go to bed. When he had cleaned the bicycle, we waited until that had finished. Dear students, let us move forward. Here the next exercise is to complete the spellings of the words. You are very much familiar with this exercise. For example, here A write, A-N-G. What will it become? It will become a right angle. What will this become? Construction. What will this become? Equilateral. What will this become? Sphere. What will this become? Hemisphere. What will this become? Numerator. What will this become? Obtuse angle. And here oblique. What is this? Perimeter. What is this? Protractor. Protractor is in your geometry box. What is this? Quadrilateral. Yes, dear students, this is the exercise to complete the spellings of the words. So let us move forward. This is composition. In your composition, you are given a few words. You can see the words. Words are given: a tool, an article of furniture, a container, an instrument used for measuring, a weapon, a building, a kind of fruit, an article of clothing. We shall use these words or phrases to do our exercise. A screwdriver is a tool. A sword is a weapon. A chair is an article of furniture. A chisel is a tool. Carpenters use it. A ruler is, what is a ruler? An instrument used for measuring. Let us move forward. Part number 6. A bucket is a container. A fountain pen is a writing instrument. A shirt is an article of clothing. A coconut is a kind of fruit. A school is a building. Let us move to next. Dear students, here this is composition B. We are set to write short, clear descriptions of 3 of the following: a pen, a purse, a saw. A pen, dear students, you have to write a short description. What is a pen? A long, thin instrument used for writing or drawing with ink. Modern pens consist of a metal or plastic shaft with a nib, point, or revolving ball at one end. A purse, a bag that a woman or a girl carries small personal day-to-day belongings in, such as keys, a wallet, and pens. Dear students, a saw is a hand-operated or power-driven tool with a toothed metal blade used to cut wood or other hard materials. Let us move forward. A violin. Violin is a wooden musical instrument with 4 strings and an unfretted fingerboard held under the player's chin and played with the bow. This is the description of a hat and the description of chair. Dear students, I have written descriptions of all 6 objects. You can select any 3 to prepare. Yes, this is useful words and phrases. The next exercise, we are said to use the words New Zealand produces milk. With milk, what is used? Produces. They are going to pull down that house and build a new one. They took 3 years to construct a bridge over the river. A number of people are needed to erect a large circus tent. He assembled the bicycle himself from different parts that he found. In the industrial areas, many different articles are manufactured. Yes, students, this is the exercise 6 of novel. We have completed all the exercises of lesson 16 of our Guided English 2 book. Now we shall do novel exercise, that is exercise 6. The title of this chapter is I Find Ellen Again. Put the letters of these words in the right order. The first one has been done for you. Yes, dear students, the first one, while James, Stewart and Ellen were talking, I watched the servants. This word will become servants. Let us look what two will become. Some of them were on ladders, taking out guns and swords from the roofs of the houses and farm buildings. They were digging holes in the fields to bury them, so that if the redcoats searched the house and farm, they would not find them. Highlanders were not allowed to keep weapons. Dear students, we have done exercise 6 of novel. Let us move forward. This is chapter 7 of the novel. I shall read first paragraph for you. Your homework will be to complete the reading of chapter 7. We shall do exercise 7 in our new lesson, next lesson. Title of the chapter 7 is Colony's Cage. Ellen sends a message. Before dawn on the next day, we reached a split in the side of the mountain with water running through the middle. On one side there was a shallow cave in a rock. There was a pretty wood around it. The river was full of fish, and we could hear birds singing in the wood. From the opening of the cave we could see the country of Mamur and the lodge that separates Mamur from Appin. It was a pleasant place, and we enjoyed the 5 days we spent there. Dear students, this was the first paragraph of chapter 7. You will complete the reading in your homework. Then we shall do the next exercise. Dear students, let us move to the grammar. This is grammar portion. Yes, students, we are going to read grammar. In grammar, the first thing that we find, we shall start, that is preposition. What is preposition? There are 6 prepositions of time in common use in English. They are given here: at, on, in, during, by, for. They are used here. I go to sleep at 9 o'clock. With time we write at. With days, name of days, we write on. With year we write in. We write during the month. If there is month, we want to mention anything that happened in that month, we write during. Tuesday, by Tuesday, for 3 years. Let us move forward, dear students. This is the definition of preposition. Preposition is a word or group of words that is used before a noun or pronoun to show place, direction, time. For example, on. On is a preposition in this sentence. Your keys are on the table. This on is preposition. Is that okay? I think you have got the idea. This is the definition. Let us move forward and do the exercises. This is exercise 3. We are set to insert prepositions of time in the following. Thatta. Thatta is a place in Pakistan. Thatta was very prosperous in Shah Jahan's reign. It can be during here also. Where did you go in the summer vacation? I hope to finish it by 6 o'clock. I reached the station at 3 o'clock. Come to me on Monday. Number 6. He was born in 1939. They train The train leaves at midnight. They have been waiting for an hour. Her father arrived here in the morning, and with the year, I have not seen him since 1975. Dear students, this is exercise 4. We are set to choose the correct preposition from the brackets. I was born at noon. The man came to me in the morning. The party is to begin at 6 o'clock. He has been living here since last year. The accident took place at night. The train arrived at 9 o'clock. We arrived here on Tuesday. I finished the whole thing in 2 minutes. Our country became free in 1947. We have been waiting for you since the morning. Dear students, this is exercise 35. In this exercise, we are said to replace the incorrect by correct ones. For example, in the following sentences, the italicized prepositions are incorrect. This since is incorrect here, we shall replace it by the correct one. Let us complete it. I came to Karachi in 1962, not since 1962. My cousin visited me in summer, not at summer. I was born in 1943, not on. I have been waiting for you since early morning, not for early morning. The train left in 8 o'clock, no at 8 o'clock. This is the next part of the exercise. They have been reading English since 3 o'clock. Come to me on Friday at 5 o'clock. It was on Friday that I visited him. The marriage party will leave for Shekhupura. Shekhupura is the name of city. At 6 o'clock on Thursday. I went to Swat. Swat is a city in Pakistan in my summer vacation. This is the next exercise, that is exercise 36. We are set to insert in, on or at in the following. They are playing on the road. I live in a crowded area. The train arrived on the platform. When did you arrive in Hyderabad? There are flowers in the vase. Lotus grows in mud. But the rose blooms on branches. Jesus gave a sermon on the mountain. The plane landed at the airport. I was still in the taxi. There is always a lot of traffic on Karachi roads. In Sadr, the Tiber is a river in Italy. Yes, students, we have done exercise 36. This is 37. We are set to choose the right alternative from the brackets. We should not let children play on the roads. The train arrived at platform number 3. The snow on the Himalayas is eternal. Eternal means always it is there. There are many lakes in the valley of Kashmir. I usually stay at Hotel Sheraton in Karachi. I heard this rumor in the office. Bring it on a plate. There is hardly any tea in the kettle. I live at 5 Rashid Minhas Road. There are a lot of cars on the streets of Karachi. Dear students, next is prepositions especially related to certain verbs. Verbs like agree, apply, arrive, care, depart, and many more are followed by prepositions. The verb and the preposition should be learned together. Mistakes in this are often made by students. The most common ones are listed below. Yes, students, these are very important for all of you to memorize, to learn them by heart. You can do it by reading them again and again, 4 times, 5 times. Prepare them. Then you will be able to do the next exercise. They are given on page number 31. For example, it is write to a person. Write to a person. For a thing. Insist on a thing. Think of or about a thing. Wish for a thing. Look, wish for a thing. Think of a thing. With think we shall write of or about. We cannot write think for a thing. No, it will be wrong. Wish for a thing is correct. Try to understand. A thing is at the end of both. But with think you will write of or about, not for. If there is wish, you will write for. This is to memorize. Dear students, all these are given in your book. This is the second part. I have divided it into several parts to show you here on your screen. This is the second part. You will read and memorize them. This is part number 3, read and memorize. Part number 4, read and memorize. These are given on page number 32 in your grammar. They are very easy to understand. This is the 6th part. All these are given on page 32. You will learn them by heart or memorize them. Then you will be able to do this exercise correctly by yourself. In this exercise, we are set to insert necessary prepositions in the following. I looked at the picture. Anish listens to his father's advice. When they were in Canada, they longed for. The teacher pointed out the mistakes. I naturally objected to his rash behavior. Part number 6. Don't rely at him. When the judge asked the witness to identify the accused, he pointed out a wrong man. You always remind me of my uncle. Don't hope for an easy test. Why do you stare at her? Yes, students, this is exercise 39. In this exercise, we are set to insert appropriate prepositions. First part is, please don't forget to write to me. He wished for a happy future. I wrote to Daddy for 200 rupees. You have arrived at the right time. I've just been thinking about you. The Prime Minister talked about the achievements of the government. Finally, he succeeded in the examination. No need to say that I sympathize with you. If I meet the Deputy Superintendent Police, I shall certainly speak to him about you. Have you replied to the letter? Don't talk about that fellow. Dear students, this is exercise 40. In this exercise, we are also set to insert appropriate prepositions. I depend on my father for my education. When did you arrive at the station? I applied to the principal for 2 days leave. Always listen to your elders. How can we compete against such heavy odds? Part number 6 is, Khanam believes in all I say to her. Nurses care for patients. Who cares for a poor man? Please attend to the urgent work first. They departed from here long ago. Dear students, this is your homework. You will learn and write the dialogue that we did in the beginning of today's lesson, that was between a teacher and a student. Then you will do all exercises in your notebook, including grammar and novel. We did one exercise of novel, a few exercises of grammar, and we did a few exercises of chapter 16. You will do all of these in your notebook. As I told you before, you can use 2 days to do this one homework. Dear students, that is all from our today's lesson. See you later in our new lesson. Goodbye.